Welcome to my wine sampling video. So first we can see the berry sampling process. This is where we take randomized samples of the fruit so that we get a good estimate of the overall identity of the fruit and how it is ripening. And so then we will take those samples, as you can see in the blue bucket, and pour them into some sort of press. You can use just a baggie and squeeze it. I've done that before. This is maybe a little bit more effective at bigger samples, so it just depends on what your needs are really. So, and here's Emma, our little castle cat. She's so sweet. She really likes attention, so I had to pick her up and pause what I'm doing because she loves it. Anyways, so here I'm going to tighten down the lid. It will press down right on top of the grapes and provide juice coming out of the spout right above the white pitcher. So you can see the juice coming out there. It's relatively easy to use this kind of press. Not necessary to go out and buy something like this if you're doing just small samples, but it's, up to your preference. We do this every year at Castello di Montegiove in Umbria, Italy, so it's better to have something like this that makes bigger sampling easier. You can see it's a beautiful color for the grapes. I believe it was Sangiovese, which is a black grape. So it has a little bit deeper color right out of the fruit. When it's fresh, it's a deeper color than some of the other red grapes, which don't have quite as much color until the skins have been added to them for a long time. So we just take the juice of the grapes, and these are a little bit bigger samples, so we need as much juice as we can get from these berries. And then you take the lid off, and you can take the pressed grapes and put them back into the bucket to be discarded. Here at Castello di Montegiove, we discarded some of them to the sheep because that's a nice little snack for them. Not everywhere has sheep or animals to feed the discarded grapes to, and it can also be used as a compost, which makes a nice fertilizer in the spring. So you can see I'm pouring the juice into the sample bottle, which we will take and test for sugars and acidity. So the sugars are measured in Brix, which is just a unit of measurement. It's pretty standard in most places. There are other units that people use, but that's one of the more common ones that I've come across. And so the sugars will be measured as well as the acidity. Those are the two most important when it comes to harvest time. And so here I'm just pressing again the grapes to get a little more juice, get as much as possible. But the sugars tell us how much alcohol can be turned in, how much alcohol there can be in the wine, and the acidity tells us how much acidity there will be. And so you want a good balance between the level of alcohol and the level of acidity, because if you don't have enough acidity, the wines can be what we call flabby, which is just a little bit flat and uninteresting. And so I'm filling up the sample bottle with the rest of the juice that I got, and that's pretty much the whole process.